Hi, everybody. This is David Nevins for Citybiz List, and welcome to our program today. Today, we have a very special guest, and she is Suzanne Lippa. And Suzanne is the Director of Admissions for the Highlands School in Harford County. Now, some of you may not have heard of the Highlands School because, unfortunately, it remains one of Harford County's, really one of the entire Baltimore metropolitan area's best kept secrets. An amazing school that does amazing work with kids. Suzanne, welcome to our program.
Thank you for having me. And I'm excited to talk about the Highlands School.
So I'm glad you are. I know you are. I know you speak with a lot of passion. Tell our viewers what the Highlands School is all about and who it's for and about all the unbelievable successes you've had with kids over the years.
So we work with students who really have difficulty in the areas of reading, writing, math for a variety of reasons. Kids could have dyslexia and just really struggle with the decoding piece or reading comprehension. They might read beautifully and not, remember what they read. So we work with reading comprehension. We work with decoding. We work with students who struggle with math, written expression, executive functioning. So, a lot of our kids really are very, very bright kids that just have trouble organizing, information. So we individualize and tailor instruction for students to be able to be successful and learn.
Just tell us a little bit about how the school works, because I know, this interview is being recorded in December. It may run in late December. You might be viewing this in early January. But I know that this is report card time for a lot of kids in school.
Right.
And parents get report cards, and not everybody gets A's and B's, as people think. And sometimes kids struggle in traditional environments. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's where the Highlands School comes in. And tell us what you do and how you do it.
So kids come to us kind of discouraged and not able to be successful in a traditional environment, and maybe because the class sizes are too big. So what we can do, we individualize and tailor our instruction for the student. So half the day they spend in small group instruction. So for an hour of phonics, an hour of reading comprehension, and an hour of math, they're with 2 to 4 kids in a group, and the teacher's sitting right with them, and they are working on their level. So for those reading and math skills, they're working on their individual levels. So, they're in a traditional school, a 5th grader is asked day after day after day to do 5th grade work when it may be too hard for them. So they, shut down, they get tired, they get discouraged, their grades are, not great. So they come to us, and often the first day they feel success because we meet them where they are. So they're able to be successful. They're able to do the work. They're able to feel good about themselves. They see other kids who are happy doing, maybe different work, but it's all doable. And so they can take a breath and they can, feel successful, and that confidence just explodes. We see that right away. They come here, they feel successful, they have the support of this teacher sitting right at the table with them in a group of 4, or a group of 3 even, and they feel that success. So their confidence grows, and they're willing to try a little bit harder, and then try a little bit harder. And next thing you know, they're moving forward and beyond where they were when they came. So it's great.
Yeah, I know you were saying you meet kids where they are, and though you are a K through 12 school, correct me if I'm wrong, not every kid has to be with you from K through 12. Sometimes it's, well, I'll let you answer, but sometimes it's what, a semester or a year, and sometimes it's 2 years or 4 years or more. You graduate kids, and even you even have openings mid-year now for kids who struggled in their traditional schools the first semester.
Correct. So we have kind of anytime enrollment, and we enroll kids at any time during this school year, at any grade that we have availability for. So parents come at all different times. So some kids, the kids are already first, second grade feeling, stressed and struggling. So they'll come early and they may stay till middle school. And then the parents feel it's kind of a team mentality. So we do reassessments. The teachers have parent-teacher conferences twice a year. We talk about next year. We talk about what's best for each individual child. So sometimes they stay, sometimes they academically are above grade level, and the parents and kids are so comfortable here and so happy here that they stay through graduation. Sometimes they're ready for a bigger environment because we are a fairly small environment. So sometimes kids are ready for something bigger and academically and socially, and with the EF, they're ready to go, they're ready to move on. So it's great. It's individualized from the time they get here until the time they leave.
Yeah, I know you have quite a track record in that regard. And I don't recall the percentage, but, for the parents of kids who are currently struggling in their current environment, and, they're not sure why that is, whether it's based on, the kid's learning ability, but you identify those issues, and usually it's a different. Your school is for bright kids with learning differences. I mean, is that how you would describe it?
Correct. So these kids are bright, and they learn how to, I guess, cope and use strategies in their environment. But it's so nice when they come here and we're giving them strategies and that work for them. And we're giving them a variety of strategies to try, and they can figure out which ones work best for them. And you see the light bulb go off. You see them say, wow, I can do this, rather than feel defeated and trying to tread water all the time. So I think that's, the confidence is what we are really good at providing.
Yeah, and I know you've also shown that, when parents learn that a child may have dyslexia or ADHD or EF, executive function, or any number of the learning differences we've discussed, by no means is it a significant obstacle or dead end in life.
Correct.
You guys do an amazing job. I was reading where some incredibly high percentage of your graduates are accepted into their first choice college.
We've only had, I think, 5 graduating classes, or this may be our 5th graduating class this year. We build that EF, the executive functioning, just integrate it into our program. So we teach kids how to learn the information. So we teach them how to manage an assignment. So some kids with EF struggles, and especially in the high school level, will get an assignment and look at it and say, my gosh, this is overwhelming. I don't know if I can do it. And they put it away. And so then it becomes the night before the assignment's due. And, that's a huge struggle. So we teach them how to break down their assignments into manageable pieces. We teach them how to study. how to access the information that they learn and to remember it and not just cram the night before the test. Or so we teach them manageable ways to learn the information, and they really do develop habits, and they take that with them into their colleges. But my favorite thing that we do for EF, and it's throughout the school, is that at the end of every class, there's a 5-minute bell and the work stops. So the work stops, the teacher kind of makes sure that the assignments are getting in the right place, that the assignments are written in the agenda, that they're all, everybody can sort of take a breath. And then the bell rings and they move on to their next class. But they have that 5-minute buffer at the end of every class to prepare their mind for the next step. So it's not the flying out into the hallway and locker slamming and, that stress of school. But, I love that. And I think that we see kids feel like they can breathe here.
Yeah, no question. I've spoken to some of your teachers. I've spoken to parents. I've spoken to grandparents of a number of your kids, and they speak glowingly about how transformational it's been. That they're kids who were having struggles in a traditional school. They come to you, and it's not only the small classes, obviously, but that you all are trained in how to deal with some of the learning differences that they have.
We see every child as an individual, and that they don't all need the same things to be successful. And we teach them that. We teach them that everybody needs kind of different strategies or different things to be successful, but that's all okay. It's positive, and everybody's individualized. So it's reassuring to the students too.
You're pretty conveniently located. And the fact of the matter is that I know that no matter where you are, I would guess in the Baltimore metro area, if your child has a need for a school that specializes in learning differences, you all are there to serve.
Right. And we do have a bus. We have a bus service that starts at Green Spring Falls Road area. It goes to Cromwell Bridge, it goes to White Marsh, and then it comes here. So we do have some Baltimore County options for transportation.
That's great. So Suzanne, again, correct me if I'm wrong. You don't, parents who are watching this, they can contact you at any time. Their child could be admitted at any time. It doesn't have to be next fall. Right. And how does one contact you? And how does one check out the school, your web address, and so forth?
Okay, so they can call school or go on our website, which is hsmd.org, to schedule a visit. We would love to have parents come in to visit, and I take them around on a tour. Generally, it's during the school day, so they can see, the kids in action, and visit and answer any questions that they have. We have an online application if they want to continue with the admissions process. We bring the students in for an assessment, and it's an informal assessment. So, it's kind of in addition to any psychological testing that they might have outside. And we offer 2 shadow days. So they could come and shadow for 2 days in a row. And we want to make sure that we are a good fit for students. So we want to make sure that, the students feel good about the program and that, it's a good fit for them. So our process is extensive, but it's great. And the kids feel good from the first time they come in. So.
Well, thank you, Suzanne, for being with us today and for this enlightening chat. And we've been talking to Suzanne Lippa, who's the Director of Admissions for the Highlands School in Harford County. And any kids out there who are watching, any parents out there who are watching, if your child has a need, you ought to look them up. The fact that the Highlands School is such a well-kept secret is something that will change, I promise, in the near future, given the quality of the work that they do. Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And this has been David Nevins for Citybiz List. Check out the Highlands School. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching.